Hey gang, TJ with PixarPost.com here. We have a little bit of an unconventional video today here. We're going to talk about two different things. One of them, Tom Hanks tweeted about his recording his final line as Woody. It had some undertones in there, and now we're making some connections to some other things, so we're going to talk about those. Does that mean that this is the final Toy Story film of the entire franchise? Is it going to end completely? Is Tom Hanks never going to do it again? Never going to voice Woody? We're going to talk about that. The other thing we just wanted to show a little bit of a sneak peek of was a little bit of the background we've been working on to showcase some of our collection, preserve it a little bit better, and have this in the background for some of our videos. So, let's talk about it. So today, this got us all excited as Tom Hanks, well, excited and sad at the same time. Tom Hanks tweeted out that he had recorded his final session as Woody of Toy Story 4. We rode like the wind to infinity and beyond. So what does that mean? That seems very ominous. I don't remember seeing any of this for Toy Story 2. Now granted, Twitter wasn't around then, but I didn't see it for Toy Story 3 or anything like that with Tom Hanks tweeting this out. So it's interesting to see where this is going to go now. Is Toy Story 4 just saying that this is the final of the Toy Story franchise? Or is this legitimately that Woody is done and Toy Story is done because Woody's done? So what does this mean? So we started to connect a few things from a little bit earlier. So first off, where the first thing that kind of made us go, well, that's weird, is when Tom Hanks was on the Chris Evans Breakfast Show, which is a BBC radio show. In fact, we had the link to the full interview, but it's actually taken down from their website now. Regardless, on November 1st, when the full episode was released, I should actually back up a couple days. So a couple days before that, Chris Evans did a teaser saying that Tom Hanks was going to be on soon, so pay attention, and here's a little sneak of my interview. But he said when leading into the sneak of his interview that Tom Hanks told me all about the final Toy Story film. I don't have the, again, that clip is down, but I just remember hearing that very specifically, that it was awkward that Chris Evans said he told me all about it. They mentioned that they're buddies, that they shared a lot of information, so it would seem logical that Tom Hanks mentioned that this is the final one, and therefore he then regurgitated it when he was saying, like, hey, I repeat it, it's the final one. So that got us thinking. And then obviously this line here was very interesting that he tweeted out today. So what are your thoughts? That's the first thing we're going to go to. We're also going to talk about some of what Tim Allen said and some of the Bo Peep stuff. But real quick, in the comments down below, what are your thoughts on Toy Story? Is this it for the film franchise? Is this it for Woody altogether? I mean, who else says we rode like the wind to infinity and beyond? Or is potentially Toy Story going to continue as a Disney Plus series, kind of like it is for the Monsters series? Because that's going to be coming up this fall. And is Tom Hanks going to voice it for that? Or is he signing off from the character and his brother Jim Hanks, who voices some of the toys, going to be taking over this? There's a lot of interesting things going on here. But while you're writing that comment, just let's shift a little bit to Tim Allen. So Tim Allen mentioned we've seen some of the toolkit animations, and a toolkit animation is something that one of the main animators might not necessarily do at Pixar. Has 5 to 10 seconds of a character moving. Well, we got a quick teaser that said Bo is back from Pixar just a couple days ago at noon Eastern, and they showed us our first in action of Bo, and it was the first confirmation outside of when the story was originally announced that Bo is in fact in it, even though we knew from other releases and things like that that had come out. Regardless, again, we're getting off topic a little bit. I find it hard to try to stay on point when we're talking about Pixar. So anyways, with Bo Peep, we saw that toolkit animation, so we know she's back. Tim Allen said on The Talk today, and Toy Story Fangirl spotted this earlier, that Bo Peep has been missing, and you're going to find out in a very tragic way where she's been. And what this means for toys like her. And Woody has to decide where he's going to fall on that deal. I have no idea what he's saying where he says where Woody's going to fall on that kind of deal, but something else kind of caught my interest in there too. So Tim Allen says again, Bo Peep has been missing, and you're going to find out in a very tragic way where she's been. So Andrew Stanton did a lot of the original treatments for Toy Story 4, and it actually makes me think of when he was doing some press and talking about Finding Dory, he was saying one of the things that he really connected with is thinking through in a tragic way how sad it was where Dory was swimming randomly throughout the ocean all these years after she got separated from her parents. And we see that at the beginning of Finding Dory. So it's interesting to see if maybe Andrew Stanton translated some of that treatment that he did on Dory into this, because it is just so tragic and sets the story up in that way. The other thing I wanted to talk about from Tom Hanks's discussion too was when he mentioned that this is a moment in history. So that's the other thing that I had forgot to bring up when this was being discussed. So if this is a moment in history, and you're saying, you know, we rode like the wind, or, you know, to infinity and beyond, and this other Chris Evans guy is saying that it's the final line, part of me is feeling like this is it for Toy Story. But again, I still want to know what you guys think. The last thing we're going to touch on is just, if you haven't seen from Toy Story News, the Ducky and Bunny Twitter channel, you should absolutely check it out. So you know Ducky and Bunny are the ones that were in the teaser reaction trailer to the first Toy Story teaser with Forky and all those other characters. They actually have a Twitter account now, and it's supposed to be as if they just stumbled across a cell phone and are exploring Twitter and what it is. So they're saying like, oh, this thing takes pictures, and why would you ever have a circus toy when you can just have a cell phone, whatever it might be. But anyways, just check that out. We're going to do a post on it with some more news coming soon about that. Hopefully we get some great story reveals or some little teasers of things that come out from this account. But be sure to stay tuned to that account, as well as PixarPost.com all week for the latest Pixar news. Bye-bye!